Yeah, we're fine. We do this all the time. We're You're just having a conversation with a couple of people. That's it. Like,
Welcome to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and ghost a magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand. Lost souls roaming the haunted land. On the battleship New Jersey we gather with glee. Horror and paranormal, a sight to see.
Hello, everyone. While that music was playing, I had my hand on a mouse and my other little laptop, and I felt like the DJ himself, but I am not that good. Anyway, welcome to a very special episode of Haunted Casket Podcast. Even though this isn't really a podcast, it is us here to bring you the amazing wonders that Nine Lives Paranormal and the Williams Center is bringing to you guys. This is a special event promo. I've talked way too
Take
long.
a breath, Trevor.
This is a special live event promo for their amazing event that's coming up here soon on August 22nd, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm Trevor from Haunted Faith. We also have Bill from Empty Casket, and everyone else, please introduce your kind selves.
Go ahead, Jordan.
I'm Jordan Freed. I'm currently the operations manager at the Williams Center. And I'm very excited to have the Nine Lives Paranormal event at our 102-year-old theater. That we have rock shows, comedy shows, dance shows, wrestling, film festivals, all sorts of events and private rentals throughout the day to day. So I'm happy to chat about that and get people hyped for some ghosts.
Hell yeah.
Nice. And we're Karen Gale. We're Nine Lives Paranormal. We are doing the 2 lectures and the Haunted Museum and bringing you around this lovely establishment for the first inaugural ghost hunt of the Williams Center. And that leads me to...
Hi, I'm Daphne Williams Fox.
You'll have to bring the mic kind of closer. We can barely hear.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Better?
Okay, wait till she talks.
Oh. Sorry.
I mean, she looks beautiful, but like I can't hear.
My name is Daphne Williams Fox. I am Dr. Warren Carlos Williams' youngest grandchild.
I just want you to know,
And guys, we're gonna interrupt. As soon as Daphne started to speak, the REM pod behind me went off.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the ghosts, come on up, say hi yourself.
Go ahead, Jess. You got to come in here, and I'll explain it. Come here, Jess. Come.
And I'm not a ghost, I'm actually a real person.
She's not here.
I am Jess Body.
Here it's going off again, guys. And it's oh, it turned. Wait, now it went off.
Is there any known spirits or known hauntings in that?
Yes,
in-
yes,
in-
yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Jess. Sorry.
Yes. So I am a part of this event because I am bringing to the people that are attending a very fancy schmancy wine tasting. And
Nice.
we also will have some cool event merch for purchase. We're going to be featuring an organization called One Hope Wines. And all of the sales that are generated from the event, 10% of those sales goes directly back to the Williams Center. So we're going to be on a big
Awesome.
push for sales through
Fantastic.
the event.
So yeah, so I don't know if anyone can hear it or see it because it is pretty far back there, but the REM pod is on the table back there. That's kind of this. First of all, this is the Rivoli Theater, and this is one of the rooms that has some of this is the oldest part of the building, and this is also the part that has the I wouldn't say the most hauntings, but the most prevalent hauntings. And just to note that when Daphne started speaking about her grandfather, Dr. Williams, and every time I mention her name, the REM pod goes off. So basically that means that there is something.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked.
No, Daphne.
REM pod, I set all this up. We've been here for a while, so it's been sitting over there on that table, completely silent for about the past 45
minutes, yeah, at least.
Hasn't made a peep.
Yeah.
As soon as she started speaking on camera, it's been going crazy.
Yeah.
So having said that, I'm gonna do my thing and start a little investigation, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves.
Yeah. And as you can see from the chat, as you can see, Mike Body is also commenting. He used to work here, and he had a lot of encounters here as well when he worked there.
Yeah, Mike, you worked there?
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, really.
So Kara, can you tell us what your event is and just kind of give us a rundown of what to expect with it?
Sure. So what we're doing is the doors are going to open it. I'm going to give you the complete rundown. The doors are going to open at 6:30, and we're going to start with the wine tasting, which Jess already talked about. That it's going to be for a fundraiser. That if you want to go online and you want to purchase some of the wine, that money then comes back to the Williams Center. But the wine tasting here is free. Then we're going to split up into two groups. We're going to have two lectures. One is going to be the art and science of clairvoyance, while the other one is going to be more of the techie ghost hunting type equipment. And then we're going to, with each group, get into the equipment, do a little mini hunt of the room while we're doing the lecture. And then afterward, we're going to investigate the entire place. We're also going to do a presentation, or I should say Daphne is going to do a presentation on her grandfather, Dr. Williams. So if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're going to talk about him.
No, she's talking to the spirits.
I'm so confused.
No, that's all right.
Sorry.
A lot going on.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about my grandfather. Everybody knows who he is. He's a poet. He was a poet. He started writing in the early 1920s. He's also a doctor. He wrote the poem Patterson. He wrote the poem The Red Wheelbarrow. He wrote the poem The Purple Plum. He wrote hundreds of poems. And he also wrote prose. He wrote novels. He wrote books. He was poet laureate. And I managed his estate. And what I'm going to talk about his life as poet laureate and what happened to him when he was poet laureate. I'm going to talk about his art. I've turned a lot of his poetry into art. And I'll bring some paintings of his that are created from his art.
The spirits are distracting her.
gosh, his life
Cool.
over the years. So yeah, he's a fascinating man for sure.
A lot of history and a lot of cool facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. He really, if you don't mind, he really was like a Renaissance man. He did everything. He had, he like she said, he was a doctor. He was a pillar in the community, but then he was a creative, and he really kind of, for lack of a better word, he checked all the boxes in terms of what a person could accomplish in their life. He did it all: family, doctor, community, artist, writer, all of it.
Damn.
That's amazing.
It's almost like
I'm sorry.
it's almost like I'm blanking on his name. What is the guy that wrote all like the Marvel comics, and he still appeared in the videos?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Yeah, it's like Stan Lee almost. Yeah. Cool.
He did it all.
I'm just
So-
waiting. I'm just waiting on Gail to do her normal like out in the distance. I got something.
Yeah. Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna stop everything and
He's over there. The REM pod is actually going off, but the proximity sensor part of it, not the temperature part. And
Good.
she has the what is that? The EMF detector, and I think it is going off also, from what I can see from here.
she has that. She has that nonchalant stance, like what you would see like on a FLIR camera.
Yeah, right. Oh, wait, I thought she had the what do you call it? I thought she had a detector. No, that's her.
Hey Kaylee, how's it going?
Hey, Kaylee.
Before we go any further, I just want to take the reins for a minute and say hello to everyone on the side. I'm taking a note out of Sarah's book here, even though it's for anyone. Hello, Courtney. I see spirits. Hell yeah. Andrew, Big Daddy Andy in the house. The amazing self-portrait himself. I'm not sure if you get that, Bill, or not, but one time it was me, Andy, and I think it was Richie. We were doing a podcast for something, and Andy didn't talk for like 10 minutes straight, but he didn't move either. He was literally
That sounds like Andy.
not a single movement. Paranormal Theory. Hi, we're gonna be talking to them in the next month as well. How's it going, my good friends? Mike, hello once again, and Kaylee, how's it going? But anyway, yeah. So
Yeah,
Carol.
and over on Instagram, we got Paranormal Nut, Mike D'Agostino,
Sorry, that's what makes me
Cam
laugh.
Paranormal, and Edge of Headlights.
And on my Instagram, we have Victoria Schmidt. So thank you. I really wish Instagram paired with this, but that's not the point. But yeah. So Kara,
Yeah.
will there be anything in the specific ghost hunting or ghost education part of this event? Will there be anything new in this event that you haven't done in your Times 10 Cup or in your House Freya?
Yes, actually, depending on how it goes,
Okay.
I am going to whip out the Ouija board time.
Right
However,
as Bill leaves, you mentioned Ouija board.
yeah, right. He owns that. Bill owns a Ouija board museum.
Yeah, he makes them, collects them, and has a talking board museum that travels. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the equipment that talks.
But
What did it say?
all right, Kara, you have to. Oh wait, what did the REM pod say? Not the REM pod. Shit, the REM pod don't speak.
Or does it?
The Phasma box is speaking, and it said she's between. So, and Daphne is between us.
Damn.
Wow. You guys got some intelligent spirits over there.
No, definitely.
What do you say? So anyway, I'm sorry. So while this is happening, so yeah, we're gonna crack up Bill.
Bill, you left at the best part.
Yeah, sorry. My dogs were complaining they had to go outside.
Oh, it happens. So anyway, I said I was going to whip out the Ouija board this time. The problem,
Nice.
yeah, I am. So I thought it was really nice. The problem is I've been trying to crack it open and use it. However, everybody gives it such a bad rap of what it is and what could happen that no venue wants me to use it. But if it's used appropriately and if it's used effectively, it's just a communication tool like everything else.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
And
Well,
Jordan's
I've talked about that excessively.
And Jordan's like,
Right.
I just want the devil in the house. Like that's all I'm saying.
Oh, I don't think we banned anything, right? No, I think we're allowing anything that you want.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna, it's not gonna be.
So Jordan, what is your thought on ghost hunting?
I've never really particularly been super interested in it necessarily. It's not like a world I come from or something I've been like super interested in. I definitely have thought a lot about the paranormal in my own life, and stuff of that nature. And I've had many conversations with my friends about the paranormal, their experiences with the paranormal, and stuff like that. But I don't have any direct experience. Like even those machines that you guys were talking about, I was like, I don't know what that is. But I trust that it's doing something.
I'm sure you're going to learn a lot during their presentations then.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. I'm super excited. I actually made like a parody ghost video at the Williams Center and like the ghost tour of the Williams Center. So I've always been like curious about it and wanted to have something like this. I actually know some people who do some paranormal stuff, I think up by like Pine Bush and stuff like that at the museum.
Yes.
And I like talked to them a long time ago, but I don't think anything really came about from that. And then when you came looking to do something at the Williams Center, Kara, I was like, this is awesome. This is something that we've been wanting to have for a while. This will be great. So I was just super excited about that and very open to the process and learning more about the spirits that hang out with me 60 hours a week.
So Kara, I got to ask you, since you went to Jordan about going there and doing ghost hunting stuff, did you already know the place was haunted or did you just think it might be?
No, well, actually, this is how I met Jess. Because I was at another event that I did, and Jess was in attendance, and she said, "Hey, have you heard about the Williams Center? And it's like hella haunted." And her husband, Mike, who's in our audience, was like, "Yeah, I used to work there. And it is really haunted." And I said, "Huh." So then, of course, what did I do? I did my research online, tick, 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 and I saw like. Back in the day, it was featured in Weird New Jersey, but they no longer have it on file because the Weird New Jersey article was done before things were like all digital. And there is stuff online about the hauntings that are in this place. And so after that, I was just like, hey,
I was like, oh, I believe you.
I was like, I believe you. I believe you now. And then I pitched Jordan. So. And I was like, this is a great way to raise money for the center and for all the good things that happen here, because everything here is like today is open mic night. They have game night. They have movie nights, and they have film festivals. It's just a
music. This room, right?
Yeah,
this is the room used for live music.
Yeah. So really, just a nice creative space. Lots of energy.
Out of curiosity, you said the Weird New Jersey book. Is this the same type of book?
What? I didn't hear you.
Oh, that's interesting.
You mentioned the Weird New Jersey book. Is this the same company? Weird.
The Weird New Jersey. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They do it. They used to do. I don't know if it was monthly or quarterly. I don't know.
Yeah.
They would do like these quarterly or whatever publications. Of all these different
like so much going on right now.
In New Jersey, like weird stuff, and they came out with books like as time went on. The house down the street from my mom's was in Weird New Jersey.
Was it really?
The Roundhouse.
Okay, hold on. We need to have a paranormal break.
Oh my God.
All right. With the spiked hair, the black shirt, and the cross on the necklace. Hello, Zach Bagans.
Oh God. Okay.
Hey, we can't have an episode without Trevor talking about Zach Baggins.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
when you're done,
I heard that.
when you're done man crushing, let me go and play this for you.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Dr. Williams, do you know your granddaughter? Do you recognize her sitting over there at the computer speaking? If you do recognize Daphne, can you step up again and make my device go on?
Oh shit!
Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
I feel like I heard.
Thank you so much. You can step back now. Can you step back? Thank you.
Pretty cool,
Oh,
right?
it's always amazing when it's just sitting there not making any noise. You ask it to step up, and then it starts going off, and you ask it to step away, and it goes off. I mean, you can make all kinds of arguments whether or not it's something random or whatever, but when the statistics of whether or not it's going to happen just randomly as you're asking for it, it's how can people deny that?
Yeah.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah.
Unless you're me, you're freaked out. No,
Daphne went to camp and she was so excited or whatever. Now it's happening, and she's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, it could be scary, but it's fun.
I still like not the first time, but like I still remember like the first like year or so to where like because my cousin's the one that got me into the paranormal. I wish he would have gotten me into it in a different way because like I teach people now. It's like you use your body, feel for stuff, and if you don't feel like that's succeeding at first, like you don't really know to how to attune yourself, then use equipment and see how it does and blah blah. Right. Whenever Lily first got me started, she goes, "Here's a spirit box. Sit with it for 6 hours." It's like okay. So it's like I really wish she would have been like. I know this kind of sounds bad to like someone who don't know what I'm talking about, but I wish she was like, you know what, go sit beside that grave for like an hour straight and see what happens. It's like I wish she would have told me that. But
So
my first,
just to interrupt, I'm sorry, you know. Wait a second. It's Mike chimed in and he said that there used to be tunnels under the Williams Center here, and it was connected to Park Ave, which is the other block if you go that way. Park Ave is that? Yeah, straight ahead. And the center used to be considered a fallout shelter, and when the Rivoli was redone, all the tunnels were backfilled. So there are tunnels that come under. There are tunnels underneath here that we can't really access. I don't think because they're all back.
But imagine all the spiritual energy that can be that I'm sure have created portals to go from those to where you are now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And also, if you now this may just be how my brain works. No, this is not going to be a rant, Bill. So
it's all right. We got it.
So
we're prepared, Trevor.
It's kind of like when you think about the universe, right? Not any specific. Have you guys ever like thought about the universe is constantly expanding into nothingness? If you think about that too hard, it hurts your brain, but makes you want to dig deeper and get more interested.
Right.
If you tell that to someone that's going to be coming to your event, there's tunnels, you can't access them, but there are spirits that are down there that use portals. They'll never be able to access that, so all they can do is think and do research. So it's kind of like that dying will to be like, I have to do something to figure it out. And that encourages spiritual energy from your energy being thought about. It's manifestation, but that's cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
I'm sorry. The Phasma box
has now said Daphne three times.
I heard it myself. I was sitting here and he said Daphne.
Well,
yeah.
Daphne, maybe you should go back there with Gail and see if they talk to you a little bit more.
Go back there and see what happens.
Go back there with Zach Bagans and have fun.
You can go back there and see. No, don't go.
And can't. No, it's not a crush anymore. It's just memories.
And it's not secret.
Yeah. So anyway,
It used to not be secret.
so Jordan, I don't know. What are some of the stories people have told you that are happening here in terms of what they're seeing or not seeing but hearing or whatever?
Yeah, there's a lot of spooky stuff you'll hear, especially if you're in the building when nobody else is in the building. There's been many times like I have closed the building down and had to be the last person who's walking around. And you just hear creaks and cracks in ways that don't really make sense. Like one thing a lot of people reference is like the footsteps in the room that they're in right now. There's a lot of like human sounding footsteps from the ceiling. And also the ceiling is kind of the site of some of the more haunted aspects of the Williams Center's history, which is the fire that basically shut it down forever. And they never really came back from. Like we're kind of the first time that they're really like a fully functioning arts center again in like 20 years. And the fire was in the 70s and 80s when they tried to come back, but they always needed new money. And that fire is pretty interesting because I'm pretty sure it was like actually, according to people who I had met recently, they said that it was people partying and some people just thought it would be funny to do some kind of a fire at some point. They weren't trying to burn down the building. But somebody was telling me that they knew the person who set the fire to the building. So I do wonder if they're in the building because they didn't die in the fire, but they died a pretty early death of some kind of medical condition. So that's kind of interesting. Something that happened to me, I was in the basement with Joe, who's the music director. And we kind of were just standing in the building and nobody else was in the building. And there were some wires that were hanging from the ceiling and kind of connected through the walls. And the wires are kind of made to stay in the same place at all times and be taut and not move at all. And one day we were talking in the basement because that was kind of a converted studio as well that we like hanging out in when we're not working as hard in the building and we're kind of just hanging, playing drums and stuff like that. And we saw these wires. All of a sudden, I heard it. Joe like saw it, and these wires just like started shaking, like somebody was ripping them back and forth.
Damn.
And then he was like, "Did you just see that?" And I was like, "No, but I heard it. Like that was kind of odd." And then as we were talking about it, it happened again, just shaking of these wires. And then we've never seen it happen again.
That's crazy.
And this from the guy who doesn't think about the paranormal.
No,
it wasn't part of his life.
I think that was the most not because like I've heard a lot of like some testimonials and eyewitness accounts where people who are new to the paranormal that have never touched it want to get into it. So like they hear a knock on a door or see like a shadow like out the corner. Oh my god, I saw this. Blah blah blah. Right? Like they sound panicked, but they sound intrigued. Jordan's like over here, like yeah, one of the most. If this would have happened to anyone else, it would have been shocking. But to me, some wires shook, and it was nice. And it's like, oh, I wish I could see that.
From the day I got there, though, like
you want to see it.
I was hired at a time when like one of the people who worked there, the art director, he was getting married in France. So like the other people who worked there are his buddies for a long time. They were all out of town. So I was kind of just thrown into the job like to close the building. And I always wondered about like the hauntings and stuff like that. And I was aware that there are spirits in the building, but I've always seen them as benevolent. Like I've never like worried about it. And I've seen them as helpful to me because I know that I'm doing the right thing in the building and bringing life back to the building and keeping it alive so that it doesn't get demolished. Like
you're keeping
they
it alive
almost turned
ways.
it into a parking garage if the current ownership didn't buy it.
Wow.
Not a lot of people wanted to take it on.
I mean, more than likely, any spirits in the building, they probably love you for all the work you're doing to it to keep it what it is and to improve upon it.
Okay,
So
for a paranormal pause. So
okay. So for the PP, paranormal pause.
she's very cold. She all of a sudden is extremely cold.
A lot of stuff.
Our
Is it-
AC rarely works too, so it's not the AC.
By AC,
So
we have one big ass fan in the center of the room. No, I'm kidding.
Is it true? Is it true? Oh wait, it called her back. So I don't
All
want to
right.
go ahead and hold on.
So before we hop into this paranormal pause, I would just like to. Chris Matt here in the chat gave us a great segue. What are we talking about here? He is new to this stream. We are talking about the Williams Center and the great event that is being held by Nine Lives Paranormal. Let me scroll up and get back to it before I show it. We are showing this. Let me take the banner off the screen because we're blocking the beautiful face of Jordan. Oh, never mind. He went away. So, Chris, Kara, if you want to talk about it in a long story short, because we'll talk about it all again at the very end as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the 22nd, we're going to be having an event here, a fundraising event at the Williams Center in Rutherford, New Jersey. Doors will open at 6:30 with a wine tasting where if you purchase the wine online from the QR code, all the proceeds or part of the proceeds comes back to the Williams Center as well as the merch table at 7 o'clock. We're going to have 2 lectures on a rotating basis. We're going to divide the group, and we're going to have half the group do the art and science of clairvoyance, and the other part of the group do more of the traditional ghost hunting with the tech equipment. Then we're going to switch. What?
It's like it's just
Sorry.
a conversation. No,
You're
it's a
fine.
direct conversation. I swear to God.
Her mind is blown right now.
My mind is blown.
So what we're going to have is,
No.
so what we're going to do is then we're going to switch. We're going to do get with the equipment and do some clairvoyant techniques and clairvoyant exercises, and then we're going to switch and do a full ghost hunt of the entire place. We're also going to have Daphne, whose mind is blown, talk about her grandfather and the Renaissance man that he was, and for what this place, for who this place was named after. So that was the long part of it. So Daphne is now going to blow your mind. So go ahead.
I like the extreme contrast here. We're talking about the Williams Center, and in the background, we just have what the fuck is going on? But go ahead. Talk about what's happening. But go ahead and talk about it. Yeah. A paranormal pod.
Daphne, can you get closer to the mic?
Yeah, she has to
Here
get
we
like it's time to drive
I heard it.
studio.
I heard it's clear as day. As clear as day.
So we said,
Submit the book to Penguin Press now. As clear as day.
she's writing a book.
I'm writing a book and I submitted it to my agent and we're looking at publishers. And Penguin is one of them. He said, submit to Penguin Press today, now. Send.
And it said book. When I said,
Ooh,
Dr.
wow.
Williams, is there anything you would like
Clear
to
as
say
day.
to your granddaughter? Is there anything you'd like to say to her?
Send. Book. Penguin.
Send book.
Penguin. 5 times. Book. Send. Penguin. As clear as day. As clear as day.
It's a very
Well,
random
I-
word to say. Penguin is
Yeah.
a very random word.
I guess you better send it out to Penguin Press then.
Yeah.
Yes, well, my agent, we were talking to my agent has it right now, and she's getting it, doing
No,
her
you were talking about looking for
Validation.
not for validation.
validation
Yes.
for the book. Yeah, that as to who to go to.
Right.
I mean, we just had this conversation at dinner before.
Yeah. So, and I was looking for figuring out. And sorry, I'm just like what. But I needed to know that it was going to be okay going to Penguin. And he obviously said, he kept saying Penguin. There's only one Penguin Press. And he said it 5 times. Send, book, Penguin. Send, book, Penguin. And I said, where? And he said, Penguin. I said, where? He said, Penguin. Send now. As clear as day. Penguin Press.
That's amazing.
As clear as day. And I wrote the book's been 10 years in the making about his poet laureateship, and I've been trying to figure out what to do. And now, my agent has the book, and we just haven't been able to get it finalized, and we are. But now, clearly, I know what to do. Clearly, I know what to do. Clearly.
Now, once it's finalized, maybe you could have a book signing and a book thing, and no other best place than
the Williams Center.
Twitter.co.
Oh, we would love to have her. We actually have Soldado Books and Records. So we have books and record stores, which are metaphoric ghosts at this point. So we're keeping that alive as well. The love of reading and listening to physical media.
Do you know what like in the future, once you have your book signing there, you should bring a piece of equipment, ask the spirits, what page should I turn to? They give you a number, turn it to that page, and then leave it open and ask, can you read it, please? And see if they'll read a sentence or two.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
To be that clear about it, I'm sure he'll do that because he was as soon as I said book, he said send Penguin now. Send Penguin now. And it was as clear as day. As clear as day. Like it was just like, yes, Daphne, Penguin, send book now. Like
that's crazy.
Nothing else. So
wow.
Now, just for sequence of events, even though it'll be probably about a week, but are you going to be at the non-live event? Okay, see if you can get that same thing happen again. Like not just for the guests of the event, but just for your own like peace of mind. Let's see if the spirits here are not only in
peace going into my mind right now.
Not only are they intelligent, but if they can repeat that same thing in the same context, they have a memory, and that's good.
You know, it's funny because sorry. I've been at this book for 10 years on my own. Like I took over the estate 10 years ago, and I've been working on this for 10 years by myself. I have an agent, yes, Jennifer Welts, my agent. Oh, shit.
Freaking her out.
Gail's just pacing.
But I've been working on this, and it's funny because the only reason why I'm getting it done is because he is telling me what I have to do. Like I've been to 10 university libraries, Library of Congress, the FBI. Like, how would anybody? I didn't know him when he died. So how would I know where to go? He told me to go there. I went there. I got the information. Yes, I'm a lawyer. It took me years to get this information. I had to fight like mad to get this information, but I have it. So the only way, but that's the confirmation is I have it because of him. It's the only reason why I have it. Why would I know? What do I know? I don't know. He died before I was 6 months old. How the hell would I know otherwise?
Yeah.
So so it's just.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, because I mean we're debating today where to send it. A couple publishers have asked, and I kept saying no, and I wanted Penguin, and he's like no, Penguin, only Penguin, and I needed to confirm that because I was looking at different publishers, and I kept saying no, I don't want that publisher, and I kept trying it in my agencies, that kind of thing, and Penguin, it's send book Penguin now. It's as clear as can be. The book's written, it's done. Sorry, but he's still talking back there. So.
We're losing the studio audience because they all want to go talk to Dr. Williams.
So, when we do ghost hunting events for the public, and we're especially taking people who are new to ghost hunting into places and showing them things, this is exactly what we live for. Yeah, having people have these mind-blowing moments, and because for a lot of us that do this all the time, we don't get those mind-blowing moments as often because we do this all the time. But getting to watch other people experience it is second best thing.
And definitely, just to get a better idea, the last time I had a mind-blowing moment was 4 years ago. I've had crazy moments that like made one specific night great, but recently, I did an investigation back. See what was it? This was the Devil's on the Run tour at MSP, so 3-4 months ago, and this woman Didn't know who she was. She was just a very nice guest. She came down to the gas chamber where I was. We did an Estes with Phasmobox. If you don't know what that is, it's a lot of equipment. You rely on equipment to get evidence or get voices, right? Well, she tried that, and on the way up the hill, she came up and talked to me and said, "Hey, you did great. Your rotation was amazing. I just don't think equipment's for me." I'm like, that is amazing to hear. That's great. I love it. Next time you see Rob, because I think Rob is doing senses or something down in 3D. When you get to Rob senses, or someone with senses, I think it was Rob in 3D. See how you feel. It didn't see her till 3 hours after the pack, but whenever Freemo hit, she came and found me and said, I did senses, and I have this tingling in my body that I didn't know could exist. Then to not overstimulate her and keep her talking, I literally just went high five. You found your calling and walked off, and she had a smile on her face the whole night, and I lived for that moment.
So while we're talking,
What are you looking at, Kara?
no, the Phoneticon is going off, which is on the other side of the table, and the name of what we're calling this event is Spirits and Specters, and the word that came up is actually Specter.
Hell yeah!
Nice. Oh, it's great when the spirits play along.
And a spirit said it, so technically it is Spirit and Specter.
It is Spirit and Specter. They don't know about that yet. The crowd in the back, they don't know about that.
It looks like they're fighting. Gail has her hand out, and the other girl's like, "What the hell?"
Only because
Or the other girl, Jess. That's her name.
he's having a conversation. Not words, he's actually having a conversation.
Yeah.
He's like sitting here having a conversation. This is not just words. This is like he's energetically come directly through and having a real conversation.
Yeah,
true conversation.
And you guys know, like, well,
Clearly.
Jordan doesn't, but Jordan will soon find out. Like, when you use the Phasmobox, it usually doesn't have full-on sentences and conversations. Maybe it's a word, maybe it's a number, maybe maybe it's a phrase. Like, go up. It's never a full-on conversation. But they're over there have actually.
Jordan, you know what I want you to try at some point? When you have people with you that know what they're doing and you trust, I want you to try human pendulum. It requires no equipment, and it requires you to just stand there, relax your whole body, and the spirit takes control of you. Not like a possession like you see in the movie. Don't go there.
No, they just kind of move you back and forth.
Yeah. So you know a pendulum, a little usually copper or crystal, but you know the thing that So like rock left and right for yes, front and back for no, and stuff like that, right? Imagine that rock or that copper as you. You have two people in front and behind you holding their hands out, so if you fall too much, they can catch you, but they're not touching you unless you fall. They're like a solid foot and a half away, and you literally just arms down. You usually hold your hands so they're not swinging around. But you just sit there, relax, like almost go into a sleep state, but you know if you're standing or not.
Yeah.
And then everyone else asks the questions. You don't say anything. Someone will ask, "What's yes?" And they'll rock you forward or rock you backward. And it's cool. I think you should try that. I always say that to new investigators, if they have people that trust and are knowledgeable, because even if you don't get any answers by rocking back and forth, you teach yourself slowly how to attune yourself to letting that energy be used inside of you. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
It's cool.
Sorry, go ahead. I was about to make a joke, but you were talking, so you go ahead.
No. I was gonna say it's just. I was gonna reiterate what you said and say that it is.
Well, what was that?
That which part?
It sounded like just like a loud girl hum.
I think the air just went on, but the
Oh, okay.
The air that Jordan said doesn't work.
Hold on.
Oh, it works. It works. Just not well. It's been good of late.
It blows air, just not cold. It's a.
But it's yeah. But
Instead
no,
of a. Sorry, I'm just making jokes. You go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, it's going back to the human pendulum thing. You know, in terms of getting, like you were saying, in tune with your body and how your body feels when you're feeling energy changes and energy shifts in a room. It's a really good, you know, way to start. You know, try and to try and start to be more aware of what's in the atmosphere around you and you know who is in the atmosphere around you. You know, so. It's cool. It's really cool.
Jordan,
Yeah.
not that it really like matters in the conversation, but I'm just curious. Have you ever used a Ouija board?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Jordan is going to be absent that day on the 22nd because now he's going to be like, oh no, she's going to bring me on stage and do everything.
He goes home.
Oh no, I definitely want to be there, and we'll be there. I'm out of town now, so I'll be back then.
He calls his girlfriend or wife, or goes home to his wife or his girlfriend, like later on, and goes, "Honey, these people were talking to me about letting otherworldly creatures use my body. I don't know how I feel."
It's okay if it's with the ghost. It's not cheating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's also not cheating because unless it's really good, you don't know what's happening.
Oh dear God.
All right, getting back on topic. Hey Jordan, can you give us a little bit of the history of the Williams Center?
Yeah, so it was opened in the 1920s, 1922 as a vaudeville theater. And over the years it served as that type of a space, and it transitioned into more of a movie house at one point. And then it would kind of go back and forth between live performances and movies, and theatrical performances and stuff of that nature. And then there was a fire, I think, in 1977. And then the whole end of the 70s and 80s was this campaign to kind of bring it back. They changed the whole structure of the Williams Center. There used to be a balcony back in the day. And then eventually, when the attempts were failed to bring it back as an art center, it was owned by a church, and then the church kind of left it to disrepair, and then the town took it over, or the county took it over, one of those two. I think it was the county and then the town, maybe. And then they were going to offload it in 2018, 2019, and they were looking for new suitors for the building, and a structural engineer or civil engineer by the name of Charles Oliva, purchased the building for $1 because there are tons of repairs and staffing needs, and he has a plan for redevelopment as well that keeps the original architecture of the Rivoli Theater, and he'll hopefully be putting like art housing and luxury housing on top, and a rooftop garden and a rooftop bar. So that is kind of the long history of the Williams Center condensed into 2 minutes or so. Yeah, but now it has shows almost every day. Like Saturday night, which was the last day I was there before I got out of town, we had a rap show, a rock concert outside, and then burlesque going on at the same time as the rap show in another room. So we really have a wide range of events, very eclectic mixes of movies and different art forms, and very strange haunted people come into the building at all times. It's the most unusual people come into the Williams Center.
Yeah,
He's talking about you, Kara.
And Kara's pretty unusual, yeah.
I would be those, yes.
He's like a 6 on the scale of unusual. Yeah, we get nines and tens with people who come into the Williams Center. Definitely some people possessed. Definitely some people who have some interesting things to say.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been a long.
Well, it sounds like an amazing place, and the plans you have for it. This is going to be a great great location. I really wish I could make it out there on the 22nd. Unfortunately, I'm not able to.
Well, maybe if we do it again at some point, then maybe the second time, if we do it again, we'll see everybody on the 22nd. We'll take the feedback and see how it goes. But I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be really nice, you know. But yeah. Oh, and then I wanted Jordan, going back to the fire, the fire was in when you said 1977?
I think 1977.
77.
Yeah.
Didn't this past year the fire alarm go off, even though it was a false alarm?
Many false alarms with the fire alarm. There was some exhaust smoke that was covered by the by NJ.com or News 12, one of those. So there are many false alarms, no actual fires. There was like an exhaust fan that burnt out at one point. But yeah, we always get weird alarms. The system is very outdated, but gets the job done when there are real fires and smoke and stuff of that nature. But it also goes off a lot for no reason whatsoever.
Interesting. Interesting. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So anyway, we're
So-
wow.
So, Kara,
Yes.
you mentioned
Uh-oh.
maybe already we've talked about a lot of stuff, but mention it again. What is to anyone in the area that comes to ghost hunting events that's already been to your event at Times 10 Cup and House Freya? What is something they will experience at this one that was either a fan favorite or they can experience for the first time?
Oh, well, for the first time, it's going to be very easy. The first time is going to be that the Haunted Museum is going to be here, which is going to be the curated objects that I've collected up over, I would say, the past couple of years, that have come to me one way or another. They're going to experience that. They're going to experience the artifacts and the art from Dr. Williams. So those are two things that are going to be a first that no one has really seen before. Every once in a while, I'd bring an artifact in, to do a psychometry class, but no one's ever seen them in their full and explained what their haunting and their energy is connected to them. And the fan favorite that everybody seems to like is the Estes method. Everybody likes the Estes method, so they will see that. And for those that don't know what the Estes method is, Jordan, the Estes method is where we put you in a semi-quasi sensory deprivation. We blindfold you, put noise canceling headphones on, and then we feed you through those headphones white noise. And you will not be able to hear us, but the audience members will be able to ask questions.
And then you may or may not end up in the back of a trunk.
Yeah, you may or may not, depending. Possessions are extra. But anyway, but through the white noise, you sometimes usually hear voices, and you say what you're hearing, and hopefully they're relevant to the questions that are being asked by the audience members. I have high hopes for it, considering the Phasma box is having intelligent conversations right now. So, I have high hopes for it. So, but we'll see.
Hell yeah.
See. Hey.
Yeah.
Come to the beach.
That was almost a fry scream. I was kind of impressed with myself on that one. Anyway, so what's up? I assume this is Mike, because I know Mike, you use that account for social chatting more than Adam does. But hello to Mike and or Adam. How's it going? Or maybe it's Adam's kid. I don't know. The kids get iPhones at fucking 5 years old now. So maybe. How's it going, Mike? How's it going, Mike and or Adam? I hope you're having a great night. And yeah. So Jordan,
No, back to Jordan.
From any of the experiments or ways of investigating that you've heard of tonight, or maybe some you already knew about, you just never tried. What is something that you want to try at the event?
I'm just excited to see all of the tech in action. I've never seen
Yeah,
like
sure.
ghost hunting tech in general, so I think that's just gonna be cool.
What piece of tech do you know the most about, if any?
I know nothing about any of it. This is
alright.
the first time I've ever been exposed to any of this.
Kara, if he never does a get haunted event in the future, I'm gonna assume it's because you ran a bad event. Okay.
Jordan's gotta come to one of our all-nighters.
Yeah.
I'm doing what we're doing this weekend. That's gonna go until 3 in the morning. So
Oh, wow.
we're used to all-nighters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And see, at least for me, I can't speak for everyone here, but being up all night and investigating, plus getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep at the hotel and driving home, drive home is like, right? To me, the worst part's the day after I get home. Like, say for example,
You're
Saturday.
getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep after a ghost hunt
That's
before you drive home.
Like, that's if.
I'm using going right home afterwards and getting like 2 hours of sleep after I get home.
I know this may sound bad, but I'll explain it in a long story short. But if I'm in a hotel with myself or somebody else, I usually get back to the hotel, fall asleep around 4, and I have to wake up at 9. But if I'm not in a hotel, because budget only allows gas and food, right? Sometimes I'll like, you know what, screw it. I don't need a hotel, and I still want to go save money on a hotel, right? I usually go to a hotel that has a back parking lot and sleep in the car for 4 hours straight. Because back when I was a kid, my dad and I would go down to the beach, book a beach house for a week, but we would get there 3 days earlier, and we would sleep in the bed of the truck. We would have like cushions and everything. We would sleep in the bed of the truck and look at the stars till we fall asleep. So I just got used to like I can sleep anywhere. I bring a comforter on a wooden floor and I can sleep on that. But, yeah. So yeah, it's always like the Monday after the weekend to where like my brain's like comprehending everything that I've done, and like that Monday I am dead. Like I just investigated it, then I got very shit sleep, and then I drove home for 6 hours, and then I finally get good sleep, but then I wake up that Monday and I'm like, no. But anyway, so coming up on the 1 hour mark, let's get back on track. Getting better at that. No.
No, I'm not laughing at you. The Phoneticon said chicken. So we're laughing because it said
if you were laughing at me, I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm actually not laughing at you. I know. But the Phoneticon said chicken. So we're trying to put that together with something, but I don't think that it's
What kind of chicken?
It doesn't even say that. It just says chicken. Just chicken.
Pack became ant chicken.
Yeah, it says Pack became ant chicken. Ant's like my mother's sister or my father's sister. Ant became Pack chicken. So maybe it wants I don't know, maybe wants a bucket.
She wants someone ant to work at
You need a little KFC.
Yeah, right? You want to
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Wait, come on. I'm not gonna say what was okay.
Besides the white chicken? The red wheelbarrow beside the white chicken?
While they keep investigating, we are coming up on the 1 hour mark.
Well,
oh my gosh, you're right.
The red wheelbarrow beyond the white chicken. That's my grandfather's home. That's who he's made. The red wheelbarrow.
One of the
sorry, I can't even talk anymore. Red wheelbarrow, white chicken.
I can talk in general.
What?
I can't talk in general. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sorry.
The poem, my grandfather's poem is red wheelbarrow and white chicken.
All right.
That's it's a poem. It's my my grandfather's most.
What was that poem about?
A red wheelbarrow.
I didn't know if it was a metaphor.
No, well, it was really well.
So my grandfather wrote a poem called "The Red Wheelbarrow," and it's
Okay.
the red wheelbarrow beside the white chicken. He was in an attic on, I believe it was on Erie Avenue, Rutherford, about 1937, delivering a woman's baby at 3:00 in the morning. It was her sixth child. He was in the attic with her. It was 90 degrees. There was no AC. He was sweating his buns off. And she finally delivered breech baby at 5:00 in the morning. And outside were the chickens crowing at 5:00 in the morning as the baby was being delivered, as he had his hand trying to pull this breech baby out. So he was a proud doctor, and that was the poem he wrote about the white chicken beside the red wheelbarrows. He pulled the baby out at 5:00 in the morning in 90-degree heat in an attic. Sixth child, a woman's, sixth child ahead of her 6 children. That's what he did. He did it every day for 40 years. That's his poem. That's the red wheel beside the white chickens, and as he's listening to them crow, delivering his baby at 5:00 or 6:00 in the morning.
Wow.
In this woman's attic on about Erie Avenue, Rutherford, about 1937. That's definitely the poem. Definitely the poem. But Tim telling you
That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan,
Yeah, it is.
That is pretty cool.
That's the white chicken beside the pack. That's the red wheelbarrow. He had the baby in a pack. He was delivering a baby.
Oh,
He had the
wow.
baby in the pack because the baby was stuck, and he had to pull the baby out.
Ah.
The baby was stuck.
Do you know what the baby's
No.
name is?
I don't know.
Well, do you know what this is? Lisa Shepard.
It was 1937, so the baby's name was Bartholomew.
Then no.
I'm just messing with
Oh, you'll come.
you. I thought of the first old name.
I thought he was
No, he doesn't.
I'm messing with you. But
Timid.
did we get
Timid?
any Tim what?
Timid.
Timid.
I can't see it.
Timid. Timid. Timid.
I'm not sure what
Interesting.
but-
Interesting. Very interesting evidence tonight, my
Yeah.
friends.
He's definitely
Yeah, I'd say so.
He is absolutely
Totally gets me psyched for next week. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like your event's going to be awesome, and you're going to have to do more ghost hunting events there.
Absolutely. I hope so.
And to make sure you give Jordan the newbie experience.
I will give him
Sure.
the royal treatment.
Show him
Exciting.
You
Shove-
don't even know
But-
what you're in for.
But don't give him the new skeptic experience. We don't want to do that to him.
No, I won't give him the new skeptic experience. I will not.
That-
What's
It'll
the
be
new skeptic
Jordan,
experience?
that's where we find a scary spot and you put you there by yourself.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. That's part of my job.
Oh, well, in that case, Kara, have fun.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, but the problem is he knows this place better than I do, so he'd be able to get out.
Not if you blindfold him, spin him around 6 times, and then
Oh,
watch him
maybe.
stumble into a closet until 3 a.m.
Right.
That's how Trevor got his last girlfriend.
I would still be with her. If I put her through that shit and she still decided to date me, I'd still be with her. The fuck you talking about? If she's like, "Hey, you blindfolded me and showed me in a haunted closet. I want to date you," I wouldn't let her go. Consensually.
Now ask the question of Dr. Williams. Who's gonna be? I'm getting a divorce after 2 years.
She's too far away.
She said she's getting a divorce.
After 30 years of marriage.
Oh, wait.
So I'm trying to find the next Mr. Me. I don't know, whoever it is. Whoever's gonna decide to marry me.
Mr. Mom. Sorry, that song came in my head.
It's saying Black. Mr. Black. Yeah, if you meet someone named Mr. Well, it doesn't mean you know them yet.
Hey,
Yes.
maybe it'll be somebody who's there next Thursday.
Maybe. Look at that. It could be, or it could be. What was that other name in here? Robert.
Is Mr. Black here? Who's asking? We have no idea.
What?
I just when the event comes, is there a Mr. Black here? Who
Yeah. Don't think I won't.
who,
Think I
who
won't.
who's asking? I have no idea who's asking. I just want to ask. Oh, I'll bring him back when he.
What happened to
turns
Jordan?
on. I don't know, but whenever he comes back, then I'll bring him back on. Oh, I think
There
his camera only lasts about 20 minutes before he has to like reboot. I think.
Baby, who knows? Who knows?
He has to put some quarters into his modem. But on that note, Kara,
Yes.
Gail, Daphne, Jess,
Yes.
and Jordan, is there any last words before we send you guys off into the nether?
No, we're good. Just come out.
Come out
This is not
to
this is an experience.
Yeah.
come out to. Why did that glitch? Okay, there we go. Come out to 9 Lives Paranormal. Kara, you talk about it. I can't say this well.
Come on out to Spirits and Specters at the Williams Center, named after Dr. Williams, who was a pillar of the community. We're going to be having a fundraising wine tasting. We're going to have 2 lectures and a ghost hunt. We're going to have a talk about Dr. Williams himself. We're going to do lots of cool hands-on stuff. We're going to have a Haunted museum. We're going to have artifacts from Dr. Williams. It's going to be a no holds barred event.
No holds barred. What?
Yeah.
We're not going to hold anything back.
You're not holding
Oh,
There's going to be so much going on. You're going to need a bigger place.
fair enough.
Also, definitely go to the event on the 22nd, but the haunting doesn't really stop at this event. There's a bunch of events at the Williams Center at williamscenter.co. You can look those up online, and Williams Center NJ on Instagram. Yeah, see for yourself the building. Maybe
Now,
even get a preview before you come for the
do you-
ghost tour.
Do you allow people to do like private overnights there?
We have not yet,
Okay.
but we allow rentals and stuff of that nature. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
depends the situation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We've had
On that-
overnight film shoots that I've had to babysit, so I've been there for 23 hours straight.
Jesus.
Ooh,
Yeah, those are brutal.
Yeah.
that's rough.
Damn. Yeah.
All right. So
Headed back to the beach.
she's heading back
I
home
got
to
a
the
long
beach.
drive. I have an hour.
All right. On that
Alright.
note, bye, Daphne. I hope you have a go back to your beach house to make me jealous. That's perfectly fine.
Go find Mr. Black.
Hey, Mr. Black, outside of this podcast, maybe something completely different. Oh, was Jess just investigating like on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. I'm just
Oh.
not.
Get your face in the screen now that Daphne's leaving. There you go. And actually, wait, keep turning it. Keep turning it. Okay, Gail's out of the picture. Cool. Okay. So
I'm out of the picture. Gail's right there.
I'm here.
or Kara, shit. Fuck.
I'm in the picture.
Wow, Trevor. Wow.
Damn it. I almost got the joke.
She's got to go.
All right.
I want to tell you what happened back there.
All right. Oh, it's going off.
Justice.
It says justice.
Yeah.
Justice.
Yeah, we finally got her
Here,
out of
she's a
here.
lawyer.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So-
That's
And
smart.
your friend that's coming as a judge, right?
Yeah, her best friend that's coming to the event is a judge.
Oh wow.
Weird.
Fantastic.
She sounds like a fucking Phasma box like right now. I can't understand what she's saying.
Because you're walking away. And she's back.
One of my best friends coming to the event on the 17th.
She's got to be closer.
22nd.
I was coming, yeah. He's going to come on 17th to the other event.
Oh, the other event of September.
He's making it that day his day. So the state of New Jersey is recognizing his birthday on the 17th of September.
Oh, nice.
And they're making it William Carlos Williams Day on the 17th. They're making it that's his day.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
The state of New Jersey.
Yeah, we'll be able to
I
get
just
to
got
go to that
email.
later.
That's actually the 17th. My friend who's one of my really good friends, Adam, just got promoted to be an appellate judge. So
Cool. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah,
All right.
I'm a lawyer.
on that note, we're about to hit the hour and 20 mark. So that is Spirit and Specters at the Williams Center on August 22nd. Be sure to go in. Wine tastings, ghost hunting, education all around. And who knows, maybe you'll get to see Jordan experience something cool and maybe even cry a little bit. Who knows? So saying that, be sure to check out the williamscenter.co for all the great events and information and history. Be sure to check out 9 Lives Paranormal on Facebook.com. Be sure to check out Mass on Facebook.com/HauntedFaithYT. Empty Casket Talking Board Museum, where this guy that occasionally misses a shoulder hosts. He makes, collects, and shares the history of talking boards and does it on the road sometimes. Or you can just call him and he'll tell you. I wouldn't do that though.
I'll talk your ear off.
Go to emptycasketparanormal.com. Bill puts wires together in a creepy way. He'll sell it to you for a pretty penny.
He's trying to say I make ghost hunting equipment.
Yeah. And also check out gethaunted.com. Get Haunted Network. We do events. We don't. I help do events, and Get Haunted makes shirts, collaborations, everything that you could want in the paranormal in a positive way. We do it. And if we aren't already, give us the idea and you get royalty checks. I'm kidding. That is for legal reasons. That is not true. For legal reasons, that is not true. Check out gethaunted.com for events. If you choose to buy events through gethaunted.com, use HF10 for 10% off. That's Haunted Faith 10. Also, if you want to experience a creepy party but not do a ghost hunt, supernatural soiree, dance your ass off or keep it on, it's up to you. But come dance in a creepy way. It's fun. It's fun. It will be fun. It hasn't happened yet. It's first annual. Get your ass over there. And also, Ghosted Magazine. You like creepy stuff? You like awesome people?
Bye.
Do you like them on paper? Buy Ghosted Magazine. They have cool shirts too. On that note, thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to send this out on the Supernatural Soiree video once again. Thank you all. Jordan, Kara,
Thank
Gail.
you so much.
It's been awesome. And I look forward in spirit to your event next week. Later.
Later.
Sleep safe.
We'll try.
Oh, thank
Sleep
you,
safe,
Bill.
yes.
Thank you. A lot of information in my head. Sleep safe.
Welcome to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and Ghosted Magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand, lost souls